everybody. So I've been kind of silent, not really doing a lot of DJ videos with the exception of a few here and there. Pretty obvious why. In March, my team was doing Haggerty's Winter Formal. And little did we know that was going to be the last event we were going to do for a very long time. In the middle of that event, I got a call from one of my longtime clients. And she's like, we've got to cancel prom or reschedule it. I'm like, oh, damn, that really sucks. It was that weekend, literally 3 days from now because of COVID. And as it kept rolling, it was getting worse and worse. And I mean, I don't need to tell you this. You guys already know this part. Well, we worked with a few counties who said, we're going to do the best we can. We're going to have it in July. Nothing. We're going to have it during the summer. Nothing. A private company contacted me asking about maybe doing a prom tour and do it privately now that, COVID was letting go, and nothing. And here we are. We didn't have a homecoming season. We may not even have a prom season. Now, thank God the vaccine is coming out, but we really don't know what's going to happen. And it's been rough. I've had a few of my friends, hey, how you holding up? Yeah, as best as I can be, but I don't need to tell you. It sucks. And some of you are saying, well, pivot. Okay, that's freaking great. But when you have a niche that you've really built, pivoting isn't exactly the easiest thing. Especially when everything around what you do really can't happen. Now, there are Sweet 16s, there are quinceañeras and all that, but it's not keeping my staff busy enough. What makes it hard is that my full-time staff had to take jobs somewhere else meanwhile, and they really can't do these weekend things because their full-time job needs them to work weekends. It sucks. And I've got Pageant Concepts AV, which does beauty pageants. Not happening, obviously. Weddings, of course, we have some weddings, but we focus so much on these two things and we really specialized in them that we kind of ignore the wedding market. Let that be a lesson in, specializing or putting all your eggs in one basket, right? But it was going well for us, and who would have known this was going to happen? I don't know. So I did some thinking, and it's rough the way things have been happening. At this point, I don't think 4SchoolsOnly is going to be a thing anymore. As far as a name, I'm not shutting it down. Hell no. This is the perfect time to market or rebrand, because there are companies all around us that are unfortunately crashing down. There's nothing I can do about it, but what I can do is do my best that when things go back to normal, I can hit the ground running and keep my staff busy. And yeah, we're buying gear. We've seen companies, not just event companies, but other ones that have closed their doors or they're moving to another state, and we're buying gear with whatever we can. We're buying that gear so, hey, we can expand and all that. But 4SchoolsOnly is no more. We're changing the name. Now, here's why. And this was something very hard for me to do, but 4SchoolsOnly is a pigeonhole name because it's 4 schools only. Now, we do bar mitzvahs, sweet 16s, quinceañeras, and we do those because they went to these school dances. Guess what's happened now that there are no school dances? We're not getting any of those. And I knew this was coming. I knew this had to be done for a while. It was just kind of difficult. I know what I wanted to do. I didn't want to take away from the 4SO crew and the 4SO name. All this we worked hard on. Plus having to, oh my God, do a whole new fictitious name, licensing, etc. And I'm like, nah, it's too rough. The 4SchoolsOnly name still stands for the schools, but the actual brand is now 4SO. And I'm like, okay, what do we do with the logo? I don't want to redo the logo. I like the logo, so we just got rid of schools only and we put productions. And we're focusing specifically on teen events. Now, if somebody asks, well, what does the 4SO stand for? I can tell them the 4SchoolsOnly story. If, schools never happen again, well, we can say, well, back in the day, people used to dance at school events after football games, which somehow can still continue happening during COVID. But dances can't because America has their priorities really up. But Switching now to this 4SO Productions will allow us to really now market on the Sweet 16, bar mitzvah, quinceañeras, any kind of teen dance, without it, or without the name being an impedance, right? We're like, oh, no, they just do schools, we won't give them a call. And you may think, okay, really, how often does that happen? Quite a bit. I've done a lot of Sweet 16s, like, hey, I didn't know you guys did Sweet 16s. I didn't know you did bat mitzvahs. I'm like, yeah, we do all that. I really recommend you do the same thing too. And I know it sucks. I know that we're going through all your event footage and marketing, and you're like, oh, damn. Like, I don't want to be remembered at that. And that was what was kind of killing me for a while. I still got to do a crap load of work at the warehouse. I don't want to go over there. It's depressing. But you got to suck it up. Start rebranding. I'm not telling you anything nobody else has already told you. Rebranding, oh, duh. Pivot different events, okay, duh. Virtual events, everybody's doing virtual events, but most people doing virtual events, I'm just gonna be honest with you, suck. Like, they don't know what the heck they're doing. Unless you're going with like a high-end production company, most of these virtual events are terrible. So, we started marketing the mid-level virtual event. People that, were having like a small crowd and needed stuff to go nationwide or internationally, but people chiming in just to make it look like everybody was in the same room. This is not just putting a Zoom meeting and that's it. Anybody can do that. Why would they pay somebody to do that? So we bring that next element there. We have, we're getting some of the Atari machines, and we're going to start trying to push hey, we can sanitize your house or your car, your venue, whatever. We'll see how well that works. Pipe and drape, hopefully we'll start getting, again, rope stanchions. Like, we got a lot of that stuff from 4SchoolsOnly, 4SO. But we got a lot of that, going on, and hopefully that'll help us. But it sucks. So I'm doing this video really, you're going to say, oh, it's clickbait. Shh. I'm doing this video for three things. One, yeah, you're going to hear the 4SchoolsOnly. That name's going to slowly disappear. It'll just be 4SO Productions. That's why. I'm not okay. You know what I mean? In the long run, I will be. And I'm blessed that I can still pay my bills. So some of you, I can't imagine how you are. If you need to reach out to somebody, please don't contact me. No, I'm just kidding. If you need to reach out to somebody, whether it's myself or another DJ or somebody, do it. Don't do something that your family will later not really regret, but you know where I'm going with this. Just don't do it. We've lost a lot of people over that, and it's rough. I get why, but hopefully there's light in the end of the tunnel. There's a vaccine coming out. And if we all want this to go away, we got to shut the anti-vaxxers up. I don't care how you feel about it, but if we were like this during polio, holy crap, we'd all be in trouble. That's the way I feel about it. And take up another hobby. My mistake is that I made DJing my hobby and my job. It's just my job now. I still love it. I still have a passion for it. But it's not my hobby and my job. It is just my job. It is the grind, focus, money, and here's why. Because when that gets sucked away, what do you do? What do you have in your life? What I've learned is that I love fish tanks, and I've got 16 of them, large ones too. Find something. This is going to happen again. Not maybe COVID, but something is going to happen where suddenly it all goes away. And you may pick up a part-time job or something, but what are you going to do to keep yourself entertained, to keep yourself away from all this, to not be so depressed? Like I said, for me, it was fish tanks. For my wife, it's been crafting. It's rough. And my prayers are with all of you out there. I know some of you are gigging again. I'm so happy for you guys. We're starting to get gigs, and I'll be honest with you, I'm giving them to my DJs because I want them to work, with the exception of a few weddings because I really miss it and I have to do it. But hopefully, sooner than later, rebrand, start working on things, and people say, oh, focus on improving yourself. And yeah, that's important, but if you're not really marketing, then what exactly is the point of it, So start working on marketing, on improving your business. Sure, improving yourself. Still DJ a little bit, even if it's just for yourself. But don't get rusty with your beat mixing and mixing in general. Oh, and if you don't know how to beat mix, now's a good time. Like, you ain't got a damn bit of an excuse. I see light at the end of the tunnel. I was being really positive a while back, and I couldn't do it anymore. Like, it was rough. My family will tell you, I was an insufferable SOB to deal with. I've got nothing to say at this point. Just rebrand and look at what's around you. You may have to start hitting some of those cheaper events that you didn't want to. There's a major player here that does events way bigger than I ever do. They're doing bars. We all are going to have to be humble for a bit. And if an event doesn't pay too much, you may have to take it now. It doesn't mean that you let clients, because I had a client's like, well, how much do you charge for this and this? I'm like, well, this is how much we charge. However, because you are related to a good client of mine, I'm going to pass you their discount. This is how much it is. Now, I need you to do it cheaper. I'm sorry, I can't do that. No joke. Well, I just figure with COVID, maybe you'd be willing to give me a discount. It's not like you're doing a lot of work. You're right. We're not doing a lot of work. We're suffering to pay our bills. They're struggling to pay our bills. So you're going to take that time to take advantage of us. Everybody's struggling, but the entertainment industry got hit pretty hard. If you can afford a party, then pay the entertainment what they're worth. Don't be trying to be cheap and take advantage of them because they're struggling. That's a really crappy thing to do. And now your price is twice as much. No joke. Like, that really pissed me off. But yeah, listen, if you need to reach out, please reach out to me or a friend or anybody. I don't want to say the whole world in this together because I'm really tired of hearing this. But at this point, we've got to figure out something to keep ourselves sane. Stay safe, find a hobby, rebrand your business. Good night, and God bless.